on this most auspicious and glorious day, we've all gathered to share the glories of Srila Gurudev, and one of the main glories is, of course, his unsurpassed and extraordinary seva to Radha and Krishna. And, of course, there are many types of seva one can do for Radha and Krishna. Think of Radha and Krishna as, like in this world we see a very powerful, rich couple, or, you know, like king and queen or something. You can make a beautiful building for them. You can cook very nice things for them, you make nice clothes for them, and, you know, they will be happy. But if some of their dearmost children have gone to a foreign land and become lost and bewildered and crazy and living in some slum somewhere, taking drugs and mad and robbing, looting, they'll be so sad. Well, that's us. Where Radha and Krishna's children have come to this horrible foreign land and in such a fallen state. So if someone leaves the association of the divine couple to come to this terrible place, this horrible fallen place, to purify and make their children sane again and pure and take them back home, how pleased will they be? That's the most pleasing service, and also it's the most austere. It's the most greatest sacrifice. So my Guru Maharaj used to say, and my Guru Maharaj Param Pujapad Govinda Maharaj used to say, and Srila Gurudev used to both say, that real Guru comes down. They both used to raise their hand and go like that, real Guru comes down. Actually, Gurudev said at Brajaballabhas, real Guru comes down from Goloka Vrindavan. So, being a dear, most confidential, loving associate of Radha and Krishna, but really wanting to please them and knowing that reuniting their lost parts and parcels will give them so much pleasure. They come to this deep, dark, horrible place and put up with all the horrible, nasty living entities here, like especially myself, but they put up with them and form so many austerities to deliver us, expending gallons of spiritual blood to deliver the conditioned souls. So really, that is Srila Gurudev's glory. He selflessly and tirelessly, even in old age and you know, health problems and travelling round and round the world. We can't imagine so many times. We find it hard just to go to India once and just around and around the world, preaching constantly and trying in every way to help us and purify us and take us back to the spiritual world. So that seva is the most austere, but at the same time it's so pleasing to Radha and Krishna, because we're like their lost children. How happy will they be when we return in a purified state? So on this most auspicious day, I just want to beg from the mercy of Srila Gurudev that one day he'll also take me there to the spiritual world. Guru Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Mathumas Prabhu. Prakash Prabhu, would you like to speak next? Or Achanti Gaur Prabhu? He's pointing to you. Got two microphones to hold.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuntamyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So first I'd like to offer my unlimited obeisance to Dr. Patricia Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shri Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Bhaktivikram Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and all to Rupa Guru Varga, and all the Vaishnavas that are present here, headed by Srimad Shripad Ramchandra Prabhu. So by the order of Prakash Prabhu. So this on this day, especially Gurudev, it's because we are fortunate enough that generally when he came to the West, few other times he came into Australia to perform Vyas Puja. So we saw by the ideal how do you perform Vyas Puja, how, generally, before we came to Gurudev, generally so in ISKCON that normally on the days of Vyas Puja, they would get the disciples to glorify about themselves, gurus, and so but Gurudev, when he came, he showed us, no, on these days, on their own Vyas Puja, he showed that no, on these days I need to worship my Guru Varga. No, he had to set up the 7 circles of 5 Vaishnava acharyas. You would set it up and then you would worship all of them. So then he showed us how to perform Vyas Puja. What is the real meaning of Vyas Puja? So on this day, we reflect what is the specialty of Srila Gurudev. Because different acharyas, while they are all in, if you look at, they are all Guru Tattva, but different acharyas have different things to perform. So if you look at Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he was ordered by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the task that to establish Deva Varnashana Dharma, to fight against Apasiddhanta. And then if you look at Param Gurudev, when he heard that one of the articles, Srila Prabhupada said, the Bhakti Siddhanta Srila Prabhupada said that as long as Mayavad is there, Bhakti cannot be performed. So he spent his whole life fighting against Mayavad. And then if you look at our Swami Prabhupada, when he came to the West, most of the time he was cutting the land, making devotees qualified. So the main mission of the Gaudiyas Vaishnavas was slowly being lost. So when Gurudev came to preaching, he said, no, I will no longer cut any grass, no longer clear the land. I will establish what Mahaprabhu came to give. So I think one of the first time when he came here, and he went to Murwillumbah, he spoke on the 4 reasons of why did Mahaprabhu appear. And it is very, everywhere, in the beginning, everywhere he went, he tried to establish what did Mahaprabhu come to give to us. And also, especially you, because people used to say that he's different from Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But then he used to read from Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Prabhupada Swami Prabhupada's commentary, that actually he came to, what is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Now, what do you want to give to us? What is the goal? So Gurudev openly started. That's why last time we came to establish Bhakti Shriyam. What is this Sri? To become Palya Dasis of Radharani. To really openly, it kind of firmly in our hearts that what is the goal, and then what is the process to it. Then he started talking about everywhere. Everywhere he went, he spoke about what is Uttama Bhakti. How do you gauge ourselves? Then he established that. And then especially giving the mood that what did Rupa Goswami come to give? What is actually the mission of Mahaprabhu and so forth. So we can see that without the mercy of Gurudev, all these things would have been lost in the world, because a lot of people didn't actually know about what Mahaprabhu came to give. So by this causeless mercy, and then he showed by his own example how to become a disciple. Now how he followed his Gurudev, giving up everything for himself, giving up everything for his service of Shri Guru, taking up responsibilities. Now Gurudev used to say that unless you take responsibility, if you are just a volunteer, just like an animal. So he said he took responsibility, not like even looking after Mathura. Because he was from North India, so Guru Maharaj said, no, you look after Mathura and so forth. And taking the whole responsibility, looking after the mat, writing publications, going for bhiksha, going for preaching and so forth. Taking our responsibility showed us that no, unless you take responsibilities, you cannot serve Shri Guru. And then also giving moods of what is done is expression key, giving an impression of what is written down. So wherever he spoke, you get an impression of what is our goal. And so therefore, like for example, for me, and because I never came to India before that. So by the mercy of Shri Guru, by his enthusiasm, I was forced to come to Vrindavan, stay in Vrindavan. Almost every year I used to go to Vrindavan, go to Brajmanda Parikrama, go to Naudidham. The impression that he gave to us, especially because in our Gaudiya Math, I think we maybe one of the few maths that do Kartik Math in Vrindavan. Most of another maths do it every 2 or every 3 years. So Gurudev gave the impression. So whatever happens, Gurudev disciple have this urge to go to Vrindavan during Kartik time. Gave that enthusiasm, gave that mood that we should. And whatever katha he spoke, it always end up in the glories of the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani. So with that, so even Prabhuji, like you were saying about Nama Sreshtam, I just remembered now, because one time when Gurudev came the first time to Fiji, and he gave few devotees Harinam. So he said, you should do 8 rounds or so. So one of the devotees asked him, so what will ISKCON say? Because normally they do 16 rounds, and he given eight rounds. But then Gurudev said, no, my disciples will chant 64 rounds. Now that mood was there, and that's why it's not showed in that chanting beats or counting beats. That you should, and at least you should sometime live to 64 rounds. So that mood was there, giving up that. That's why when Prabhuji was speaking that verse, the Nama Sreshtam verse, I could see it's almost like the embodiment of, for me, it's an embodiment of Gurudev, because without him, I would not know who Rupa Goswami was. Who was, what you never heard the word Manjush, who is Sanatan Goswami, who is, rather, who is Govardhan. Because of him, we came to know Karti Parikama, and what, we were fortunate enough going to stay in different places. In the beginning, we were staying in different places, like we stayed in Vrindavan, we stayed in Mathura, we stayed in Varshana, and also stayed in Govardhan at that time. Radhakund. So, we are very fortunate because by the mercy of Gurudev, we got this, because without his enthusiasm, because before we used to hear from ISKCON, they don't stay too long in Vrindavan, only for 3 days. People used to go and come back within 3 days, 3-4 days. But with Gurudev, that impression he gave to us, that at least, somehow or another you should think of who is Radha, who is, what is Vrindavan, the glories of Vrindavan. And also the impressions of, especially if you see that it's almost like a incarnation of Rupa Goswami, if you look in that way, because whatever he spoke, it's only glorifying Rupa Goswami. And he was the only one that made a festival of 3 days of festival for Rupa Goswami disappearance. The impression is there. Even over here, sometimes we follow 3 days of festivals of Rupa Goswami, because that's what Gurudev wanted. What the teaching it was very impression that, even in one of the Vyas Puja classes in 2008 in Vyas for Guru Purnima. Yeah, so he said that, what is the Gaudiya Math for? It is a mission is to follow Rupa Goswami. There's nothing else. Not to follow the understanding Rupa Goswami, Rupa Raghunath. That is the mission of the Gaudiya Math. So always emphasizing where we went, what is Rupa Goswami, again and again. So the impression comes in our heart. I remember one time, we were going for a morning walk here, and someone devotee asked him that, Gurudev, I don't know, I'm not doing nothing, much is changing in my heart. I've got the same anarthas, I've got the same desires, and so forth. Then Gurudev asked him, what is the goal? If I give you vacant, will you take vacant? He said, no. If I give you Ayodhya, will I take Ayodhya? He said, no. If I give you Dwarka, will you take in a spiritual? He said, no. I just want to stay in Vrindavan under the guidance of Radharani, serving Radharani. So it's at least in this lifetime, if we can have this fixed goal, that I want to be a maid servant of Radharani, that is good enough. So at least that impression came in our hearts, that at least that everyone that comes in our association will get his impressions, that, what is our mission of the Gaudiya Math. So in these words, I pray for the mercy of Srila Gurudev, Vancha Kalpakavesa, Kripa Sindhavacha, Pati Pavinebhyo, Vaishnavyo, Namo Namaha.
Srila Gurudev came to Murwillumbah long back. I have heard one of his lectures of 2000. And his Vyas Puja was celebrated here on 2008. He is touchstone. That Vyas Puja, it created this Giriraj Govardhan Gaudiya. This is the touchstone. And there is Giriraj Govardhan in Murwillumbah now, where you are sitting now. Hare
Jai. Srila Gurudev had a very funny comedian who would make jokes for him different times and do little magic shows. So I'd like to invite Tamal Krishna Prabhu, Dr. T, to come and speak.
Okay, well, has everyone offered their qualifications so far? Everyone?
No, we've only just begun. We have had 2 speakers.
So more to go? Yes. Plenty more to go. Oh. So I can be the last.
Well, Ramchandra Prabhu will be the last. You come. We'll all have 10 minutes each. And yeah, you can sit here. Or I can bring the microphone to you.
It'll take me 2 minutes to get there.
I'll bring it to you.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, okay.
I'll sing you after 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Well, you better give them to me. Oh, Hari Bol, nice to see you all. Happy birthday, Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Happy birthday, Gurudev. Happy birthday, Gurudev.
See, Dr. T,
Yes.
I remember one thing. I told Gurudev in an email that you said don't take tea, but I want 3 T's. Number 1, capacity, T.
What?
Number 2, I told Gurudev, I want these 3 T's, that I should be able to preach everywhere. And I am forgetting there's capacity, eligibility, and one more that I forget. But I remember it by seeing Dr. T. Hare Krishna.
I don't understand that, but anyway. Sounds great, doesn't it? Sounded good. Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisance, like flowers thousands of times, and to all our Guru Parampara, our Guru Varga, and associates, and all the devotees here assembled. Ramachandra, good to see you again. And, Gurudev, he apparently appeared to disappear, didn't he? But he's still here in our hearts, of course. And, birth, death, old age and disease. Age is inevitable, isn't it? Maturity is an option. Birthday. So, we've all got our stories, haven't we? We've all got our fond memories of Gurudev, and wherever it may be from the first time you met Gurudev and he initiated you, we're all very fond memories, and we love to hear the devotees tell their stories, don't we? And of course got a few too. And, one very fond memory, of course, because Gurudev had the honour of hosting him in 2005 for a week at his ashram in Talabajjar Valley. And for those who don't know where it is, it's just over the hill, like me. And he stayed for 6 weeks in 2008. Now, in 2005, our mother was very interested in meeting Gurudev, and she asked me to pick her up at Mermaid Beach in her individual living place. And she looked beautiful with a white top and white slacks and a gold heart-shaped pendant. And I brought her out and I introduced her to Gurudev inside the house in his room. It's still like his room is still set up as when he was here, so everyone's welcome to come and offer their obeisances there, as a place of pilgrimage. Anyway, so she was a bit bewildered and she went for a walk for at least for an hour or two, and she came back and she said to Brajanath and I, what do I say to Gurudev for initiation and inspiration? He said exactly that. So she went round the corner and Madhav Maharaj was giving her a massage, on the swing. And she went up there and got on her knees and asked for initiation and inspiration. And he initiated her on the spot, gave her the beads, the mantras, all the paraphernalia. And wow, that was just such a wonderful thing to see. I mean, my mother at the same time was suffering from leukemia, and she only had 3 months to live. 3 months to live with leukemia. But nothing was said about it. And when we went inside later, I think it was another day, actually, and they're sitting together. Actually, she sat down right next to Gurudev, I've got mother, just a little bit, giving a little bit of space there, And she didn't know the protocol. Anyway, so we took a few photos, and Gurudev, I've brought this one in, I'd like all of you to see it. Gurudev had her hand, you can pass it around, had his hand on my mother's head, and nothing was said about her disease or the leukemia. But it wasn't until Gurudev left, and about 6 weeks later, I took her to the oncologist up at the old Southport Hospital. It was held together by, anyway, they should have nuked that place. But anyway, so the doctor, the oncologist, came into the room from the annex with his file, and he looked at inside. He said, "You appear to be healed of this affliction." And I said, "Oh, that's good to hear." I said, "My mother's lived a very pure life. She's been vegetarian most of her life, and she's like an angel. And of late, she met a very saintly person who's obviously healed her of this affliction. And with that, he went, huh, and then slammed the file together and the folder and went back into the annex. And I said, well, thank you very much. Anyway, you've been very kind and helpful. But anyway, from that day on, from 3 months to live, she lived another 5 years. Another 5 years. And she departed this world 3 months before Gurudev did in 2010. I mean, that was just one blessing. And I'm so grateful for Gurudev eternally for that. And I was able to be by her side and chant the holy names when she was departing this world. And Murwillumbah came up, and Mahaprabhu came up to sit by me. And this is after she departed. She's just laying there. We put some tulsi in the mouth. Anyway, we all have some great stories. I remember one time I'm in Mumbai with Gurudev because I was very grateful and to travel around the world with him and as his doctor in various countries. And I was with Aranya Maharaj and Bhakti Sar at the time, and we're in Mumbai at a festival there. And I went to Gurudev's establishment where he was staying, and I came up to the room there. Madhav Maharaj was outside. I've come up there to give him a checkup and some treatment if required. And Madhav Maharaj says, oh, Dr. T is here, because my name, right, is Tamal Krishna Kaviraj, TKK. Anyway, I heard this voice from inside saying, oh, no tea, cake and coffee today. Just one funny story, so many. I think we were in Venice. Anyone in that program in Venice? Yeah. That was wonderful, wasn't it? You know, all 1,000 devotees walking through the streets of Venice, chanting over the little bridges there and along the, and all the boatmen there, they couldn't believe it. And we were staying at a campsite, which took about, an hour on the ferry to get from there to the wharf at Venice. And anyway, I had the cabin next to Gurudev's to be sure if he needed me. Anyway, he did call me, and I went next door, and he's sitting outside with Madhav Maharaj. And there was just the three of us. Anyway, he looked at me very intently, like he was looking right through me. He offered me sannyas, actually. And I was shocked. I said, Gurudev, I'm so grateful for that offer, but I don't even come up to a sannyasi's ankles. And plus, I can't remember slokas. He said, yes, well, you have to learn quite a few slokas. And I just, I was quite taken aback by it all, actually. I said, look, the best thing to do, Gurudev, I can't remember slokas. You do the slokas, I'll do the jokes. He looked at me. Here he goes with that. And, many more stories. How's my gong going? You my gonger? You've forgotten time now, haven't you? See, my stories are so interesting. Oh, 2 more minutes, okay. What a blessing, eh? And 2008, he came to stay for 6 weeks. And Gurudev and I just walked from the house down to the creek on that road there, about halfway, just past the temple. And he turned around, and I hate it when he did this. Well, not hate it, but he looked at me. As he does sometimes, he'll stop you and ask you a question. He said, what's bhakti? I said, I was probably a bit rude, but I said, Gurudev, if you don't know, who does? So, marvellous times. And every year we tell the same stories, but they're all good. They're all a bit transcendentalish, aren't they? And, it's nice for everyone to share these old stories. And, we take them with us for the rest of their lives and maybe from then on. But Gurudev was always on about, criticising. And so there are some devotees. I know one who chanted for 15 years and just gave it up because they weren't so they said no progress. Some people chant for decades or every year, life after life, because they don't achieve the advertised result. So the cause of that is apparat, isn't it? Apparat. And the apparat, it distinguishes all progress, apparently. So we have the finger in our bag, the finger's outside, along with selfishness and apparat and everything else. So we always have to be constant and vigilant, don't we, and try to do things that Gurudev would approve of. And the magic show, I'm sorry I didn't bring any magic today. It was just hard enough getting here, but that's the one I'm waiting for. Thank you. I'm starting to sweat. So there's more speakers, is there?
Lots more.
Oh, lots more. That's nice. Okay, very good. All right, well, thank you very much for listening, and happy birthday, Gurudev.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. T.
Gurudev ki
Jai. So there's one devotee who hosted Srila Gurudev at his house many, many times, and he's always serving Srila Gurudev in so many ways. Prakash Prabhu, would you please come and speak?
ओम ज्ञानम त्रिनंदस्य ज्ञानंजनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै Shri Guruve. So, Prabhuji, when he said that how Gurudev was a touchstone and how he found us, so I recall just then that he actually found us. We are so far away from Mathura, here in Australia, all scattered around. And I remember in 98, when Gurudev came to Murwillumbah's place and they had a big program there. We were asked in Brisbane from Fiji that such sadhu is coming and maybe you can host him for the night in Brisbane and then send him over next morning, flight to Fiji. So we thought, we can't just let a sadhu just come to our house without invitation. So we came all the way from Brisbane here to invite him. And we went to Murwillumbah's place and the place was full of devotees. They were camping everywhere and there must be at least 300-400 people on that day. And the weather was like this, all clouded, little slight rain now and then. And there was a big queue outside Gurudev's room, people waiting to meet him before he goes out for the Harikatha in the evening. So when we went there, we met a couple of devotees and we told them that we have come from Brisbane and we are here to invite Maharajji to come over. So they took us, we overtook all the big line and we went right into Gurudev's room. And there Gurudev was sitting in a corner meeting people. As soon as we saw him, with his magic eyes, it was, and yesterday I was looking at Radharani, and if you look closely into her eyes, they are just like Gurudev's eyes. So they're amazing. So then anyway, he came to our place, and after a few years, I had an opportunity to drive him to one of the programs in Brisbane. It was a temple program. And on the way, I told Gurudev that I had some pressure from so many different organizations that you are of such a age, and what will happen to me when you leave? So Gurudev told me that go and tell them that when I leave, I'll leave 7 Narayan Maharaj behind. And that evening, I told this to Bhaktisar Maharaj and Prem Prabhu that, no, this is what Gurudev told me on the way. And And then I'm just wanted to relate this to a fact that when you look at a tree, you know how valuable the tree is. You will find the value of the tree from the fruits that it gives you or the flowers that it gives you. That's how the valuable the tree is. So if we look into our Sangha, Gurudev has left behind so many nice fruits for us, so many nice flowers. Each sannyasis in our Sangha, like, they are no less powerful than Gurudev because Gurudev has given them the direct power. It's not just limited to the sannyasis, I'm sorry, but also to all these preachers that we have, like Prabhuji. There are a lot of female preachers we had over the years, Sabita Didi, Uma Didi, and they are no less knowledgeable and powerful as we would any sannyasis. And this is the direct gift of Gurudev to us. And we thank you, Gurudev, for that. And thank you for looking after us. We'll be ever in that. And each guru, when they come, they have a mission. They come with a mission. And our Gurudev came with a mission to give us the goal, like previous speakers have spoken. He set the goal for us. All we have to now do is walk towards the goal. So he has said that even if you are not able to do much, but at least you have this goal set in your life that will lead you not in this life, but in many lives to come. You will achieve that. So we thank you, Gurudev, for giving us all this. And as Dr. T has said, happy birthday to Gurudev. Hari Bol.
Once Srila Gurudev came to my house, and my house, I decorated it like anything. The best picture, especially I got from ISKCON. I was having in my room, I was having in my living room, and Gurudev started looking at each and every picture very response to me. He may say, so nice pictures, so nice photograph. But he did not say anything. Did not say anything. Finally, I became restless and said, Gurudev, nice picture. Then he looked at me very seriously. You know what he said? Now, no picture looks beautiful to me. When I heard it, then I started calculating the meaning. Now, no picture looks beautiful to me because now he sees directly Radha Krishna. So how can a picture look like him? So the person in whose heart Radha Krishna is there, who is seeing Radha Krishna every time. So if that touchstone will touch, as Prakash Prabhu said, such nice sannyasis and preachers, they have come out because of that touchstone. Hare Krishna.
I'll speak next. Is that okay? Is that okay if I speak next?
You want to speak?
Yeah.
Yes. Now Chandramukhi wants to speak and I have to present her. She is Chandramukhi.
Thank you.
Means whose face is like moon.
Which is Shrimati Radhika. Jai, thank you. Om Ajnana Timirandasya. Wait, I've got the timer on. But you can talk, ding me. You can be the one. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha. So wonderful to be amongst Srila Gurudev's family today. And I was remembering the very first Vyasa Puja that we got to celebrate with him in Murwillumbah at our house, and it was very, very simple. And Srila Gurudev was so sweet. So as we were singing that song before Madhurastakam, he used to get us to sing that a lot. And Krishna is so sweet. Srimati Radhika actually it says Krishna is the original Lord of sweetness, and Radha and Krishna are non-different. So both of the original Lords of sweetness, and anything that belongs to them is also the essence of all sweetness, and so is Srila Gurudev. And that first Vyasa Puja, I just remember him sitting on the couch in our house with all the devotees around, and first he did Guru Puja of the Guru Parampara and Gurudev, and then he sat down and he spoke. And there wasn't a big celebration like with, well, it was a celebration, but it wasn't like lots of people speaking. Actually, those first few years, he didn't get people to get up and speak. But he spoke about the essence of Vyasa Puja, and but it was like he was part of a family. He was inviting us into Mahaprabhu's family. And family mood is like that intimate, loving mood. And after he spoke, everybody offered flowers to him, and that was it. It was very simple. And then there was a big birthday cake that somebody offered, and the power went out while he was giving it out. But just the whole atmosphere. And every time somebody came up to offer him flowers, this was the men, unfortunately not the women, he would give them a big embrace. And I just remember so many of us, just tears coming from our eyes, because his just love and affection just pouring out from him. And that love and affection is transcendental love and affection without any tinge of personal motivation, or, there was nothing that he wanted from us except our own welfare, our own spiritual welfare. When he would first come to Murwillumbah, and I'm sure other places in the world, one of the first things he would do is ask the devotees to get up and speak, to say, "Why have I come?" And then different devotees would speak, and then he would begin his lectures. So why has he come? He's come only to give the gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and awaken each soul that has come to him, whether they're sitting in the class with him or whether they're a tree walking by on his morning walk. He is so transcendental and such an elevated personality that he would purify anyone in the vicinity. And of course, then those who have samskar and are able to sit in his classes and receive some Harikatha, his Harikatha was non-different from Krishna. And as he would say sometimes, that Harikatha, Harikirtan is non-different from Krishna. And by hearing that Harikatha, lending our ear, then Krishna comes in Srinvata Swakata Krishna, Punya Shavana Kirtana, Hridyantasto Yabhajani, Vidhunoti Surit Satam. That, like a very dear friend, he would come and make a place, clean our heart, because our heart is filled with so many attachments for this world and trying to enjoy here separate from Krishna. And so hearing that Harikatha, who is non-different from Krishna himself, cleanses the heart, cleanses the dust of the heart, and then Krishna establishes himself there slowly over time. And just like a friend, he would say, who comes into your house unannounced and just makes a place for himself. Usually when you have someone over, you make it all clean and you welcome them. But Krishna is our near and dear friend, and in that form of that Harikatha, he just makes a place for himself, sits down as our very near and dear friend. And Srila Gurudev would bring us into that Vraj mood of Lokik Sat Bandhubat, that Krishna is my nearest and dearest friend. And to glorify Srila Gurudev actually is impossible, but somehow trying to touch his glories, how he would bring us into this mood of Vrindavan, how Krishna and Krishna and his eternal associates, they don't have the awe and reverence mood that I am, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said, Srila Prabhupada came to teach this, and I've come to teach that he is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that he is your friend or beloved. And ultimately, that he is our beloved, that Srimati Radhika is the beloved of Krishna and coming in the mood of service to Srimati Radhika, and that our mood is also beloved, that Krishna is our beloved. But that intimacy and friendship and personal dealings that he had with each one of his disciples, or those disciples of other gurus who came for him for shiksha, he welcomed the whole world to uplift them in their bhakti. He would say, you should develop up your Krishna consciousness. So don't be satisfied just to stay where you are, but trying to move forward and go deeper and dive deep into this ocean of love. And that is your birthright. You are beyond this. You are not this physical body. You're a pure spirit soul, and you're part and parcel of Krishna. And the only problem in life, he would say that there's so many problems in life like waves in the ocean. And we try to fix this or fix that. And some of the waves are big, some of the waves are small. But actually the ultimate problem that we have is that we've forgotten Krishna, we've forgotten our nearest and dearest friend. And if we simply solve that problem, then all the other problems in our life will be automatically solved. As Ramchandra Prabhu was saying the other day, that Krishna is Bhaktaram, he's the supreme enjoyer. And if we please Krishna, then automatically the whole universe is pleased, just by like watering the root of a tree. So I'm just very grateful to have Srila Gurudev in my life now and forever, that he came in our life for those years that he was with us, and he is there forever with us, an eternal friend, guardian and guide, and praying that I can dedicate my whole life to him and please him. Jai Srila Gurudev. Okay, who wants to speak next? Premavati Didi.
Who is coming?
Premavati Didi.
Okay.
The one who made the nice dal for you yesterday.
She made nice dal for you yesterday.
Once I wrote to Srila Gurudev by email, Srila Gurudev, please accept my unlimited obeisances at your lotus feet. And he replied back, I don't have so much space. This was the way he used to treat me. I don't have so much space.
Because your obeisances were so vast. That is why, so much. Om Gyantriram Dasya Gyaniram Salakaya Chakshur Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurudev Namah. I thought I would write down what I had to say so that it's easier on my memory and it's easier for you to all hear it, otherwise I might stray. So this is one of the saddest and yet the happiest days on our Vaishnava calendar. This is Gurudev's Vyasa Puja, because it means that he appeared for us. And today I stand here in front of you, Srila Gurudev, to make a confession, which is, if I knew then, when you were physically present, what I know now, I would have listened very, very differently. I would have listened with more careful attention and intention, with far less mindless mind chatter. I followed you around the world without ever really following you. My body travelled around the world. By your mercy, my life was forced to rearrange itself around your schedule. Yet my understanding always lagged behind your compassion. Nothing could catch up to or surpass your compassion. Your daya is the gift that keeps on giving and forgiving, time and again, eternally flowing like the Jamuna. Srila Gurudev, on a highly personal note, I know that you heard, and still do, hear my innermost prayers. Because you blessed me with a special doya by initiating my son, Doinidi, and entrusting him with your glorious daughter, Mother Mohini, and blessing them with glorious children, my beloved grandchildren, and Nandan, mostly all here today in honour of you. Questions were asked that were well beyond our pay grade, and still you never turned us away. You clarified, you repeated yourself, you did it again with the some unwavering patience. When you travelled showing your mercy, that mercy carried me with you across countries and across continents and across inner planes that I didn't even know existed. Because of your love and surrender, you embody the same qualities as Lord Sri Krishna. You are Agata Gatana, one who makes the impossible possible. And my praman of that is this. You made this unqualified and lost soul someone able to offer even a small semblance of service to your daughter, Shamarani Dasi, who herself is always fixed in service to you, to Srila Prabhupada, and to the whole Guru Parampara. I understand now that if I can truly stick by your side through times of clarity and through times of confusion, those travels around the world that you gifted us will bear the fruit that one day your followers will be issued with the passport to that supreme destination that you promised the faithful. He would always say, wouldn't he? You require a passport to travel. And he was the officer who would issue that passport. It all feels like...
He issues citizenship.
Citizenship, yes.
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 He does not give passport,
yes.
He issues
citizenship. Yes, that's right. It feels like a dream now, but unlike a dream, what remains is to my eternal benefit. How I got wrapped in the cloak of your mercy is still a mystery to me. Maybe that's why at one point you occupied the role of a policeman. You made this atheist a person of interest, a suspect, someone to keep an eye on. And today I pray to you, Srila Gurudev, please keep both of your eyes firmly upon me. Year after year, tirelessly, mercifully, you invited us into your heart, into your inner parikrama. I have one particular memory that always makes me smile, and I'm sure you would have been there. One time at Giriraj Govardhan, you asked, we were late actually. Srila Gurudev had said, please, I want everybody here at such and such a time. And just by fluke, somehow, I managed to be there on time. I didn't intend it, but somehow I was. And so were so many other devotees. And so when everybody eventually came, he chastised everybody. You can't even follow a simple thing. I told you to be here at this time. And then he said, look to the person at the right of you and look to the person at the left of you. And ask yourselves honestly, who is the rare soul among us who will actually make it? And then you told us all to pray, oh Lord, please let it be me. Very clever indeed, Srila Gurudev. Ki jai. May your desires be victorious. Just as rain falls, and even on very dry land, you showed us the highest, the path you live by, Radha Prem, your own speciality. Where would any of us be without that? We are indebted to you, and you showed us how to clear that debt by your own life of Guru Seva. You are our Rasik Acharya, a Madhurya Ras Sevak. As a Radhabhav Anugami, you are a staunch parikar of Srimati Radhika. And you light the ways for others to join her service. And as a Radha Prema Pravartika, you tirelessly endeavour to awaken that love in hearts like ours, which have little qualification to receive it, save and except for your mercy. My prayer today, Srila Gurudev, is that we glorify you by becoming people that others will be attracted to become like. I pray that you show me how to carry what you gave us, not just the message, but the heart behind it without distorting it. And if I can do that, even in a small way, then perhaps I've shown you some gratitude. That is my prayer, and this is my offering. Vande Guru Shri Charanada Vrindam.
We do poetic prayer. Yes.
Thank you, Premavati Didi. She's a beautiful artist and she's artistically put that together so nicely. Thank you. I'd like to invite Induleka Didi. Induleka Didi is a senior devotee from Brisbane and she speaks so nice Harikatha, and I'm inviting her to speak today. Over there.
Mukum karoti vachalam pangam langyata girim yat kripam am bande Sri Guru Dinataranam. Offer my pranams unto Srila Gurudev, who came into our lives in 1997 for most of us. Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine. How can I thank Gurudev for coming into our lives? We were all living in a dry desert. We lived most of us in Murwillumbah, as you can see, most of the devotees here. And God Govinda Maharaj, a great Siddha Purush, came into our lives, but only certain devotees had the courage to go to India and associate, and Maharaj had to go to other places because the institution, GBC, did not allow him to preach openly. And he was speaking Ras Vichar. That was the issue. So I heard some devotees, the back of my house, they were gossiping about Gurudev. They said, this Narayan Maharaj, he's saying that Vishnu is not God, Krishna is God. So I thought, but that personality, the moment they mentioned Gurudev's name, my heart skipped a beat. And I said, I would like to know who that sadhu is. And then Devendranath, who used to come to my house often and to take prasad, he said to me, I am bringing Gurudev. I met Srila Narayan Maharaj, this Santa Sadhu, and I'm bringing him. And then I was so happy. He had the book, this Ras Vichar book, but he didn't want to share it with me. So I said, no problem. Then Gurudev appeared. And when he appeared, he was like, the most fragrant blossom. Everything was fragrant, pure, and everything was so like, how Radhika walks, and all her beauty manifests. Gurudev was carrying that because Radhika is present in his heart. He is a manifestation of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu, what does he do? He goes from village to village. He doesn't care whether you're a beggar, you are a low caste. He doesn't care. He just thinks, I want to help him. Please, John, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And envious people who had meanness in their heart. Well, Mahaprabhu gave them danda. He punished them. Because wherever Nityananda Prabhu goes, he is Balaram. And therefore, Gaur Mahaprabhu, Krishna, is with him. And he is holding his chakra. So, Gurudev appeared here. First, Gurudev was very diplomatic, sharp. He started to speak on Vaidhi Bhakti, right? He taught us Anya Vilasita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anarvitam Anukulena Krishnanu Silanam Bhakti Uttama. Gurudev taught us that sloka. And we had to learn it, and he showed that little 11-year-old boy, he made him come out and speak. So Gurudev settled us, established us in Vaidhi, which we were following. You know, we used to go to ISKCON, it was always rules and regulations. Your hair had to be like that, you know, sari on the head, everything was all externals. But Srila Prabhupada was still in our life. He sent Gurudev to us, because later Gurudev told me in a letter, your Prabhupada sent me to you, and I know that every one of us, Gaur Govinda Maharaj and Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, sent Gurudev to us. We were living like just waiting for our heart, you know, your heart is the center of devotion. When every day you go to the temple, we did Mangalarti, we went for Guru Puja, we've chanted 16 rounds, but still, nothing deep was happening in our heart. Except for some of the devotees who went to join Guru Govinda Maharaj and who read the nectar of embankment. So, when Gurudev came, he's a hard person. So, immediately, when a Pranaya Bhakta comes, what happens? This Bhaktivinoda Thakur has explained. Goramar Jesabastan Korelo Brahmana Range. And Jesabastan Eribo Ami Pranai Bhakata Sange. So, there it says, the pure Pranay Bhakta can give you Bhakti, because Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya. Bhakti comes from an exalted Pranaya Bhakta. So, and of course, if it's a Vaishnavi, then too, she can give that Bhakti to us, because they have the Bhakti. So, when Gurudev was giving Hari Katha, he was experiencing the real pastimes. I saw there in the Sanya school, you know, when they were presenting the plays. And Gurudev was actually in the Leela that was happening. We are just watching the plays. But Radha and Krishna is sitting in the heart of Gurudev. And how many minutes I have? I have to know because then oh, okay. So then Gurudev, he started to speak the confidential truths. About Unat Tvajala Sri Bhaktam, meaning that Srimati Radhika, Prema Mai Radha, who is the most beloved of Krishna, she is Madan Madati Yovana. She is always pleasing Krishna, giving Krishna happiness. And the gopis, and especially the manjaris under Rupa Goswami, then they are who we follow. The Rupa, they are all Manjaris. Rupa Manjari is Rupa Goswami, and they give us we follow under their Anugatya. So we can understand what is real, true Braj Bhakti. But we have to go to Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, to the God Bhaktas. So, I am totally indebted to Srila Gurudev. He is a jewel in our lives. He's shining. He's our sustainer, our maintainer, and our protector. And, when we went to Vrindavan, Gurudev actually was sitting there. I saw in dream. Gurudev was sitting there waiting, calling us. They say, Bulao, I'm calling all my dear daughters and sons, come to Vrindavan, come to Braj with me. And when we went to Braj, then Gurudev spoke the most confidential truths. Many were envious of Gurudev on the opposition side. But Srila Prabhupada himself presented the Krishna book 1 and 2, 10th canto. That was on the street, and they just threw it. People just took it, threw it. And the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, most Ras Vichar book, which I read when I was in ISKCON, and my heart was just fluttering. So when we went with Gurudev, then, all our misgivings, all our big anatas, they automatically disappeared after hearing the vichar of Gurudev. Because when you hear the sloka that Gurudev would always comment on, Vikrijitam Bhajavadu Idam Cha Vishnu, that sloka which says that when you hear the Ras Vichar, the knots of lust in your heart get loosened, and gradually you can develop. But how can we develop? We have to be humble. We have to remember Gurudev is in our life, and we have to be ever so grateful to Gurudev, because no one will be like Gurudev. Gurudev is Rama Manjari, a most beautiful pranaya, a most beautiful associate, a confidential dasi of Srimati Radhika. She serves with deep perfection in her heart under who? Our Param Guru, Vinod Manjari, and all the Manjaris under Rupa Manjari. We are so fortunate. How can we thank Gurudev? And what miracle, as Prabhu said, Ramachandra Prabhu, who spent a lot of time with Gurudev, he said that Gurudev is a miracle. He's some touchstone. We can never, ever, ever understand how insignificant souls like us have come to associate with such an exalted personality. So, since my time is up, I had lots more to talk about, but I would say, I just end up with the sloka. Anaradhya radha padam vajarenum anasitya vrindatavam tat padankam asamasya tapavagam virachatam utasham sindura sasya vagam. So I'm offering Vandan also to my Swamini Srimati Radhika, who sent Srila Gurudev to us. She sent Gurudev to us. And when we go to the Dham, we touch the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika. And we also touch the dust of the Dham. We worship the dust of the Dham. And all the pranaya bhaktas, who are dear, most beloved devotees and servants of Srimati Radhika. Because without Radha, we can't get Krishna. We have to go to Srimati Radhika and the Gopi Gan. So, Gurudev, I'm offering millions and millions and millions of Pushpanjali, sweet-smelling, fragrant flowers on behalf of all the devotees present. Thank you, my dear Gurudev, for coming into our life. May our bhakti develop, our Raj bhakti, and our hearts get masrinya softened. That's the only way, when you become humble, chinarapi, and then progress to the next stages, because Mahaprabhu gave it in the 6th Ashtakam. And so thank you, Gurudev. You are the most wonderful person, and through you we met Baman Maharaj and Trivikram Maharaj and Bharti Maharaj and Kamal Madhusudan Maharaj and many other countless devotees. Thank you, Gurudev. Once again, thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you, Indulekha Didi. So inspiring and enthusiastic, so wonderful. Thank you so much. We'd like to invite another senior devotee who also hosted Srila Gurudev at his house, which happened to be my house as well at the time. Murwillumbah Prabhu. He's hiding, but he's shaking his head that I've spotted him at the back.
Clearing out the woodwork.
Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhika Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namah. All glories to our Srila Prabhupada, my Nam Guru, and to my Diksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Maharaj, to our Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and all the wonderful devotees that have come here today to glorify the Acharya. After such a enthusiastic, energized talk by Didi, it leaves me floating in the void somewhere. But still, Parasya Shakti Vividhaya Shriyate Jnana Bhavakriyata. Everything is being done by Krishna, actually. And to realize this gives one's heart great relief, because who is behind everything? Krishna. Yeah. Guru Rupa Krishna Shastrara Pramana, Guru Rupa Krishna Karipa Bhaktagane. That the Shastras say that the spiritual master is no one other than Krishna himself. This is the point. Yeah? Krishna appears as the super soul in the heart and the greatest of all devotees. Mm-hmm. So Hari is controlling everything. He's controlling all strength, all consciousness, and all activities. So who is the Guru, actually? Mm-hmm. The Guru aspect in the Vaishnava. The Vaishnava is feeling more humble than a blade of grass. He's seeing everything harmonized. Who is he to give anyone any instruction? Everything is going on according to the supreme will of Hari. But then, it is said, Kaviraj Goswami says, because we cannot visually experience the presence of the super soul within, he appears before us as a great liberated devotee. So again, Krishna, Bhagavan and Bhakta. This is a very mystical, deep understanding. Yeah? And if we can dive into it, which all the devotees are, then how wonderful and transcendental mystic experience that it is that when one perceives Krishna in the heart of the Vaishnavas. The key to success has been given. I got here late, and I'm sure all the devotees have been quoting all these wonderful slokas glorifying the position of the pure devotee of Krishna, and Srimad Bhagavatam is full of it. Krishna is simply absorbed in his devotees, and his devotees are completely absorbed in Krishna. Sadhanam Hridayo Dharmo Vancho Deva Sanatana. The heart of the Vaishnava is the abode of religious principles. His words are those of Hari. His touch destroys all sinful actions, therefore he is non-different than Hari himself. So how wonderful it is that the Vaishnavas are appearing. This is the most wonderful wonder of all wonders. Yeah? And it says in the Shastras that the key to success, Yasya Devi Parabhakti, the key to success in opening this treasure chest of that which is beyond material calculation, the inner meaning of the Shastras, how to get that is unflinching faith, unflinching devotion to the lotus feet of the spiritual master, and those fortunate great personalities who have complete faith in the spiritual masters. The inner meaning of the Shastras is revealed. That is confidential. We can read the Shastras, but the inner life from the Shastras to be drawn out and shine its rays into the core of our heart, that is not so easy to attain. Yeah. So this unflinching devotion and faith in the lotus feet of Sri Gurudev is what turns that mystical key to success. Shushrushya Shradadhanasha Vasudeva Kata Ruchi. This Vasudeva Kata Ruchi. Shan Mahatseva Vipra Punna Tirtha Sevanat. Our Prabhupada translated that as that an affinity. One gains an affinity for hearing the message of Vasudeva. By serving the pure devotee, then one develops an affinity, an inner attraction, an inner spontaneous drawing too that comes from the core of the heart towards hearing the messages of Krishna, what Krishna really wants to tell us. And what Krishna really wants to tell us is beyond the intellect. It's not contained in human language or any language. It's the language of the heart. And Krishna only speaks that language, actually. So he sends his pure devotees here to interface from that dimension into this dimension. So many, I shouldn't go on, the day is short, but your Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas are here for this one thing and this one thing alone. And we're deeply appreciative of his gift. All his preaching from Prahlad Maharaj, all up, the different gradations of devotions. A book should be done like that. To me, that was his speciality, in his preaching at least. And from the ground to the top, he's explained the Shastras, and that has given us that framework, that scaffolding for us to get some conception of what is going on in the world of the Vaishnavas. And by his grace and by the grace of Lord Hari, we can fill that framework up and become full devotees of Lord Hari. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajabala Prabhu. I'd like to invite someone who serves Srila Gurudev very nicely by cooking and also by speaking so much Harikatha as Mukunda Prabhu and many other ways also, but we're calling Mukunda Prabhu to speak.
I would like to say Srila Gurudev went to Bajar and he made Bajar new bread. That is his touchstone capacity. And also in Bajar, he established Giraj Govardhan also. And I remember once I went into his room in Bajar for massage. Why have you come here? Gurudev asked. I said, just to massage you. Oh, you are so educated. Postgraduate in physics. You want to massage? I said, your body is touch stone. I will massage it. And I will get my desired wish. And that time he said, oh, this is old body. I have a very beautiful body. This is what he told me. And when I heard it, I was just joking to him that I want to massage your body, it is touch stone, and I want roti kapda makan. Bread, butter, and thing. But he said that he has very spiritual body. He revealed himself like this many times. And we are lucky that he caught all of us. And we are lucky, and we are also compelled not to go out of him. Hare Krishna. Because he is so powerful. That's my mantra.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Salaka Chakshu Tamyena Tasmai Shri Gurudev Namo. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Shri Gaur Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. First of all, I would like to offer my innumerable danda pranams unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, Leela Vishnu Vishnu Pad, that's to the Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and then to the divine lotus feet of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and unto the divine lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, Nitya Leela Vishnu Vishnu Pad, that's to the Srimad Bhakti Bhagwan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and unto the divine lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, and all of our Gaudiya, Rupanuga Guruvanga, and all of our guests and all the Vaishnavas present. It's difficult to glorify Srila Gurudev in a way that is befitting for such a personality. In fact, it's only by Srila Gurudev's mercy that we have the capability to glorify the Vaishnavas. When I came to Guru Maharaj, I knew nothing, and I didn't understand Vaishnava Sadhachar or anything. And it was only by Gurudev's personal intervention that he brought me in, and day to day slowly showed me what it means to come close to a devotee, what it means to come close to devotion. Srila Gurudev's life was exemplary in all ways. We've heard the stories so many times, but they are relevant in our lives because they teach us so much. Srila Gurudev was born into a devotee family, so from birth he was engaged in chanting the holy name and hearing Harikatha from devotees. And then when Param Gurudev saw fit to recall his disciple, he sent his preachers into the village of Gurudev, and by hearing from those devotees, it had a massive effect on Gurudev's heart. There was an awakening. And just by that mercy of Param Gurudev, then Srila Gurudev left everything. He left his family, his children, his dynasty, his culture. Now, for Westerners, that is not difficult to do. But for Indians, Indian culture, that is pretty much impossible to do, because it is ingrained in the DNA that family and culture should be adhered to at every moment. And Srila Gurudev left it in the night like it was nothing because of the power of Param Gurudev and because of Srila Gurudev's relationship with Param Gurudev. And Gurudev left in the night. We know the story. Param Pujapad Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj was there. There was no letter, no knowing. Nobody knew Gurudev was going to come. Param Gurudev sent Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, said, you go and collect him. So in the middle of the night, Gurudev gets off the train and there's a lamp there. And as he come closer, Srila Vaman Maharaj meets him and says, yes, you come with me. These are, we hear the miracles of Jesus. So many miracles are there. But what is the real miracle is that bond between Guru and disciple. Now, Srila Gurudev came having gathered all those realizations under the guidance of his Gurudev. Really, he taught everything, as Prabhu said, from Prahlad Maharaj, we went through from the Bhagavad Gita even, one of the first books Gurudev did was the Bhagavad Gita, talking about we are not the body, etc., coming towards surrender. And then we enter the Bhagavatam, and we see the different levels of bhakti. And then more than that, even we get to Vrindavan, and we see all those levels. And even you get to Mother Yashoda, and Gurudev spoke so many times on the beautiful pastimes of Sri Krishna with Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. Beyond that, there is something more. Then one comes into the realm of the gopis. And then amongst the gopis, even that is more refined, even higher, and different types of gopi. And if you want to take birth in that under that anugacha, then this has to be done. And Gurudev systematically explained it all. But really, for me, his greatest contribution is the explanation of how it is the connection between Guru and the disciple, which is everything. And all that information will only come if that connection has been made. Shastra says that bhaktistu bhagavat bhakta sangena parijayate. It is only by the association of the sadhu that one attains bhakti. And it only by that connection that one can understand. There's different verses that explain that we will never be able to attain Krishna by our intelligence. Our intelligence will not be our understanding, our learning, even our service, even how many things we've done. Srila Gurudev would say so many devotees came to Prabhupada and they did so much seva. But unless one makes that connection, this is the mystery, this is what we've come to try and understand and add to our lives, is how one takes shelter of that Guru, how one connects to that Guru, then everything flows through Gurudev. This is for me the glory of Srila Gurudev, that he tried to teach monkeys this information, that how important that connection with Gurudev is, and how if one, for 1 second in one's day, in one's life, one is not in line with Srila Gurudev, meditating on Srila Gurudev, on his instructions, then one is deviating. Now we here in Murwillumbah, we are not unknown to arguments and problems. And all these things are only caused by the fact is that we are not focused on that connection with Srila Gurudev. Because if we were, then there's nowhere in any of Gurudev's lecture does he says, I want you to argue more, I want there to be more criticism, and I want you to pick out the faults of people with more heart and more feeling. He's never said that. He's only ever said there should be no criticism. Don't see the faults in others. If you see faults, then you don't associate with them. You do not have the power to change people. That's a connection of Guru to disciple. That's the mercy of Gurudev. Gurudev could be said was not always nice, but he was always kind. He had that ability to penetrate you. I mean, I remember we did a festival in Birmingham, in a big Gurudwara, free festival.
And Gurudev was there, the Tirtha Maharaj, everybody was there. It was massive. And I had been we'd been doing so much serving. We bought a new property and we completely renovated it for Gurudev. And I hadn't seen Gurudev. When you're part of the service crew, you don't see Gurudev much. You're just always in the background under the guidance of devotees. I was with Srila Premananda Prabhu or Bon Maharaj, whoever. But Gurudev, when I was in Birmingham once, and I was in my heart, I was enthusiastic, I was fired up, I felt more connected, but there's just something was not quite right. And Gurudev, who had me and different devotees, headed by Jagmohan Prabhu, who's now sannyasi, we rebuilt this house. Gurudev came there, and we'd spent so much time. He came there, he sat on his bed, and he said, "Yeah, no, I don't want to stay here." He left, and he went to Nanda Sutta Prabhu's house, who's got a tiny house full of stuff, and Gurudev, he just said, for whatever reason, and we had slaved for a year to get that house right. And he came in and he said, "Yeah, this is all." Why? And it's just like, and I was just thinking, oh no, that we'd done some fence and we'd done some things. And so during this program, the Gurudev was passing by and it was madness, so many people there. And then he sort of parted, and I was in the background, and they parted, and he walked through the thing, and he just walked up to me, and he just whack, right on the chest. And that was one of the key moments that changed me. It changed me from not becoming pure and seeing all the leelas and seeing that, but understanding actually that connection with Guru is all in all. There's nothing else. And I have tried my hardest to study. And I've tried my hardest to understand the philosophy and to understand different technical things, Parakya Bhav and stuff like that. And when I hear devotees speak about it now, it makes me smile. Because it's just like, that jar, that honey jar, you're licking that jar from the outside and trying to relish the different levels of dust on that jar. It's only by the mercy of Gurudev, like the Ganges. We go to the Ganges, we offer the water of the Ganges back to the Ganges. That's all we can do. And with Srila Gurudev, ultimately, our goal is to come to that point where we can cry, really cry, from the bottom of our heart, that Srila Gurudev lift us up, that he always be with us and be connected, and that change can come in us. For me, I don't see any other wealth at this point. There's no other wealth than that. So we play our pranam to Sri Krishna, we play our pranam to Srimati Radhika, we play our pranam to Srila Rupa Goswami and all of our Guru Varga and their greatness. But it is that relationship with Sri Guru, with Gurudev, which needs to become my all in all, 24/7 a day, because it's Gurudev that leads me through the door and stops it, making it just a theory and a story and some knowledge, and brings it into real life. I think that is the gift that Srila Gurudev came to give, to teach us that it's not enough even to serve. Because we know from history that so many great Vaishnavas, they had so many sevaks, and when they left, those sevaks deviated, and they were with them, and they knew every word they said. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur once said to some devotees of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said to them, "You know every single word of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but you have never seen him." So on this day, I think the most valuable thing is if Gurudev on this day it's nature to give gifts. If it's your parents' birthday, you give the gifts in Vedic culture. So we are hoping, we are praying that we can develop the right vision, the right mentality to keep that foremost in our hearts, that it is only by the mercy of Srila Gurudev, by Sri Guru, it's only by their mercy that one will have even the chance to understand and to realize what a gift Mahaprabhu came to give. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mukunda Prabhu. Next, I would like to invite another person who hosted Srila Gurudev in this town and is always engaging her whole life in service of Srila Gurudev, and that is Brajakishori Didi. Would you like to come and speak, please? And we also have a little competition here between Madhavi Didi, and I actually asked her to speak at the beginning, but I would also like to invite Madhavi Didi to speak too. And she's serving Gurudev with her whole life, all of her gurus with her whole life. And we have so much to benefit from her association. She's had the association of so many pure Vaishnavas. So one of you, please come.
Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktyaya Tad Bhaktyaya Namo Namaha. My thousands of heartfelt pranams unto my beloved Gurudevs, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, my Diksha Guru Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and my beloved Shiksha Guru Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I'm overwhelmed by this day and by hearing all of the Pushpanjali from the sincere followers of Srila Gurudev. And I'm feeling very unqualified to say anything, but I would just say that Gurudev is really the most affectionate, true friend of everyone. And I was the recipient of his transcendental kindness when I met him after the disappearance of my Guru Maharaj. And he touched my whole eternal life in a way that I never imagined would happen. I'm still fed by how Gurudev took us to all the beautiful places in Brajadam and also the places in Goradam, and his sweet association, his heartbeat guardianship of every moment, like the devotees are saying. On this day, I just pray. I want to say that I noticed about Gurudev that the gift that he would distribute is he would engage everyone in the service of the Lord. And I pray that Gurudev will always engage me, because I know that my heart won't be satisfied anywhere in this world or anywhere without the service of the divine couple. But to actually get that service is very rare and very difficult. We hear that the Shrutis would pray. We hear that Lakshmi Devi prayed and performed austerities. And I feel that I also want a place in this beautiful seva, but I feel so unqualified. So Gurudev, I'm praying to your lotus feet to please keep me close and engage me in the service of the divine couple. Vansha kalpa tarubhyascha.
Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnuvadaya Radhikaya Priyamane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Namane. Nama Om Vishnuvadaya Krishna Vastaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. So I offer my heart millions and millions of times at the lotus feet of my beloved Diksha Guru, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev, and unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, and to all our illustrious Rupanuga Guru Varga, and to all the assembled devotees. So it's such an amazing day. The hardest thing speaking about Guru Srila Gurudev is what to say, because there's just unlimited things to say. There's so many slokas that could be recited that are so full of so much deep meaning, and Gurudev has brought them alive for all of us. But I'm just going to follow in the footsteps of Mukunda Prabhu's point of Guru Nishta. The world's, as we know, is a very dark place, and it's getting darker and darker by the day. But the opposite to darkness is golden light. And so we hear that there's a golden age coming in this dark Kali Yuga. And this golden age is Gaudiya. And it's actually this mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the golden light, is the golden age, is the personification of that beauty and illumination that can destroy the darkness that's devouring everyone and destroying everyone. And so our Srila Gurudev, he was the best sevak of his Gurudev. And being the best sevak, he also honoured his godbrothers with such deep love and affection, that how they were the best sevaks. And in complete harmony, he worked with them to continue the mission of spreading the love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to every corner of the world. And our Srila Prabhupada, who came on the order of his Gurudev, an order that he got once when he was maybe 25, 1922, he had an order, come to the West, and not even come to the West, do good for yourself, do good for others, and preach. You're an educator, preach this message in English. And then just a letter arrived a week or two before Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left this world, reiterating this. So we know the miraculous story of Srila Prabhupada, and if we don't, then we should all try and look into his life story, hear what miraculous gifts he has given the world. So he's brought the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western world and changed the course of history forever, changed the course of history, universal history forever. And on his departure from this world, in his last days, he called Srila Gurudev and he asked him, I've collected so many disciples, but my time has been short. He's been on this planet with disciples maybe 11, 12 years at the most. And they had no samskars for Vedic life, but they had such deep faith in Srila Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada's nishta in his Gurudev was so strong, he was able to put that nishta into the hearts of his disciples. But Prabhupada said to Gurudev, but I haven't been able to train them enough. And please, you help them. So Gurudev said he hesitated a little because he knew what a big responsibility to say, yes, I will do that. But he did. He said, yes, I will do that. So because of that promise to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada wrote one very beautiful letter to Gurudev, and he said, in all of the Gaudiya Mats, I see that you are real Guru Sevak. From a personality like Srila Prabhupada, who is of the topmost caliber of pure Vaishnavas, his words about Srila Gurudev, his glorification of Srila Gurudev is, in all Gaudiya Mats, I see you are real Guru Sevak. That is why I'm always communicating with you, and always my love and affection is there for you from the moment I saw you, just like from the moment Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur saw me, he showered me with that same love and affection. So coming on that order, Gurudev said, he said, even if the whole world is against me, because he faced so much opposition, so many people misunderstood how he was so completely one in heart and mission with Srila Prabhupada. So some people became afraid, some people tried to obstruct him, just as Srila Prabhupada faced fear and obstacles from those who didn't understand what his mission was. But crossing all of that, Gurudev said, even if the whole world is on one side and the order of Srila Prabhupada is on the other, he said, I must follow that order. So by the grace of these two great souls, we're here today. We're we're here today, this temple's here today. Like, if we just have a look around in this space was previously a men-only space. No women were forbidden to enter this room. It was a Masonic temple, and it was secret men's business. Now, by Gurudev's grace, it's a place of the worship of the topmost goddess. It's the most feminine place in the whole of Australia. This place is dedicated. So, a very beautiful thing about, I just also wanted to thank Ramchandra Prabhu so deeply for this last few days and hearing from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 4. This is very much Gurudev's heart. Often before festival days like this, the traveling preachers, they always call many devotees to speak, to glorify Gurudev. But I think the katha that you have shared with us, that has called Srila Gurudev. I've felt like Srila Gurudev has been so present through hearing, because that's so much what he wanted to give all of us. And every day we want it to be Vyasa Puja in our lives, because I know Gurudev said, I've come to speak for one or two. He really, initially he thought, he will give to the senior devotees in ISKCON, and then they will pass on to their followers and to others. So he told me, he said, I told them I will never leave Vrindavan and I will never initiate anyone. He said, but now they have forced me out. He said, so now I will go anywhere and I will initiate anyone. He said, I must, because the order of Srila Prabhupada is there. So, and what he wanted to give was he wanted the devotees to know what was there in Srila Prabhupada's books. That was such a thrilling thing that when we heard from Srila Gurudev, then all of a sudden we'd read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we'd read all of Srila Prabhupada's books, but now hearing from Gurudev, they were alive, and and hearing them again and again, it's only going to get better for all of us, because as we get rid of our impurities, as we come closer to the Vaishnavas and our desire to be with them, what will be revealed is only going to get brighter and brighter and brighter, and more and more and more amazing. And just to finish, I just as Sri Krishna, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So just as Sri Krishna had this unfulfilled desire, seeing the beauty that Srimati Radharani, she could behold a beauty in him that he couldn't even fathom himself. So all of us were beheld by Srila Gurudev. He saw in something in everyone that we couldn't ever, in the millions and millions and millions of births, ever dared to dream to see in ourselves. He saw in every one of us the potential to be in service to the topmost Srimati Radharani, in her service to Sri Krishna, in that line of sevaks. And he saw that in everyone, and that's why everyone became so overjoyed. That's why everyone would just cry in his presence, because he held up to us a vision of who we could be. Not who we could be, who we are, but that we just have to actually come into that. So thank you, everyone. Jai Srila Gurudev.
Jai, thank you, Rajikishori Didi. So I hate to say this, but we're going to have to finish the speakers for now. But this afternoon, this evening, after Aarti is at 6 p.m, and then after Aarti, if anybody would like to continue the Shraddha Pushpanjali to Srila Gurudev's lotus feet, please come. Amal Krishna Prabhu will be here. Actually, you should know that he's here every evening giving Harikatha and reading and discussing, so if anyone would like to join every evening, but tonight must be specifically for those who want to glorify Srila Gurudev and couldn't do so today. But now I'd like to invite Ramchandra Prabhu to speak, and every time I see Ramchandra Prabhu, I remember those days at Kartik, because he used to do the translations. Gurudev would be injecting us with his Harikatha, and it was in Hindi or Bengali, and so we'd get that injection, and then Ramchandra Prabhu would translate it. And it was so nourishing and enlivening. And so now Srila Gurudev is engaging him in continuing sharing his Harikatha around the world. So we're very fortunate to have you here.
Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Iti Namane Shri Krishna Narayana Paramvarani Krishnamantam Narayana Vamshasra. I know there are so many more speakers, but I am infringing all of them. They may feel sorry, but I am also feeling sorry. What to do? You know, today is Guru Puja, Vyas Puja, Avirbhav Tithi of Srila Gurudev. The speciality of the day today is Moni Amavasya. Moni means which does not speak, remains mum, like this, no talk, Moni. And Amavasya means no moon, no talk, no moon. In this dark night of no moon, in dark night of Moni Amavasya, no speech, the topmost speaker and most glorious person came. This is the contradiction. The topmost speaker in Moni Amavasya and topmost glowing more than thousands of moon, Srila Gurudev, he advent on this earth. This is his Avirbhav Divas. We are celebrating his Avirbhav Divas. I remember once in the house of Somji and Poonamji in Delhi, Shalimar Bagh, Gurudev was sitting, only a few of us were there. Poonam, myself and some persons were there. Then what happened? Gurudev said, and we should get a person. He is speaking as if in the air. And we should get a person who can love us more than parents, more than son, more than children, more than wife, more than husband. And that is Guru. Guru is a person who showers love more than anyone can give in this world. And then only our heart gets attracted towards him. How much? That we give up everything for him. Because of love. The whole game is of love. Whole thing is of love. Very important thing. In Gold Coast, I was talking about my relation with Srila Gurudev. I gave their lecture in Hindi. But now I remember more things. How I came close to Srila Gurudev. When I was in ISKCON, listen it. And how much time will it take? Gurudev knows. I was in ISKCON. I did not know even Srila Gurudev at all. Uh, 1987. Before that, I came in ISKCON in 1985. And I became a very, very good preacher of Delhi in ISKCON. Recognized and well-known preacher. One person asked me a question, what was the relation of Radharani with Krishna? And frankly speaking, I could not reply. I was a preacher, but I could not reply. If I will say husband-wife, then it does not seem to be true. And if I say beloved, then it goes out of morality. So what should I answer? I just gave this hodgepodge answer. You know hodgepodge? This is Indians are expert in saying. Why are you asking this question? You don't understand. One is potent, one is potency. They are always together like this. So in 1987, I am telling how Gurudev and Supreme Will takes in the different direction and then you turn in the right direction. There was Padayatra from Barsana to Nandgaon on foot, Padayatra, by Srila Loknath Maharaj in ISKCON. And I was there. In this Padayatra, they invited Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I never knew who is he. I saw a Gaudiya devotee with a long beard. It was Kartik month. In ISKCON, I never saw a person with beard. But in Gaudiya, they have beard every month and they remove it every month. So, Srila Gurudev started giving katha. We are walking from Barsana to Nandgaon. Brahma Vimohan Katha. That Brahmaji stole all the friends of Krishna and Brahmaji stole all the calf of Krishna. And then Krishna himself became all the friends of Krishna. So Krishna became his own friend. Krishna became all the calf. Krishna became calf. And it is said, Krishna was walking on the Braj Raj. The Raj is so important. But as a calf, now Krishna is eating also Braj Raj by eating grass of the Braj. When a calf will eat the grass of the earth, then it will touch its mouth also to earth. So that Raj is totally soaked by the Krishna's saliva. Anyway, Garga Rishi, Gargacharya, he announced all the girls should get married from one or another boy in this year. I was listening all the whole katha, long, very long katha. And because of Gargacharya, all the girls of Braj, they got married to one or another boy of Braj. And they were none other than Krishna himself. So I became very happy. The question was there, what is the relationship between Radha and Krishna? That question was in my mind. I said, oh, that means everyone got married. So all the gopis and even including Radharani is wife of Krishna. I took it like this. And I was as if satisfied within myself. I told you wrong direction I was going. Then I tried to ask, who is this person? Sage, saintly person. Then I came to know he is Narayan Maharaj, who gave sannyas to Srila Prabhupada. Oh, that Narayan Maharaj is. Then I tried to go to him in Mathura. I went to him in Mathura. And when I met him, maybe second time or third time, I said very jubilantly and happily, Gurudev, you cleared my mind and now I understand everything. What did you understand? That Radharani is wife of Krishna. What? Gurudev said, what? Who told you? Maharaj, you told me. When I told you? I said, you told this story, katha, that all the girls got married to one or other boy of Braj. Bogus. Gurudev says like this, bogus. You don't understand the thing. Tell me one thing. You are so big preacher in ISKCON. Can you tell me that what is the difference between Dwarka and Vrindavan? What is the difference? If in Dwarka, all the girls, they got married to Krishna, they are wife of Krishna. And the same happened in Braj also, then what is difference between Braj and Dwarka? I was stunned. But Gurudev, you told this thing. Or this thing is being told to shut up the mouth of those people who cry unnecessarily. Oh, what is the morality? What is the morality? What is the morality? But fact is this, that Krishna was never got married in Braj. Krishna did not have Janayu Sanskar also in Braj. According to Indian culture, first Janayu Sanskar is done and then marriage takes place. You know Janayu? Sacred thread. That has to be taken place and then marriage. Okay, tell me one thing. I was quiet. I was helpless to say anything. Tell me one thing. If a girl gets married, where will she go after marriage? To her in-laws. Is there any single girl from Braj went to Nandgaon at the house of Nand Baba? And you say that they are married. Radha and Krishna are married. How are they married? If marriage takes place, Gurudev explained me, if marriage takes place, the whole sweetness of relationship between gopis and Krishna and Radharani and Krishna will be smashed. That relishment and enjoyment which gopis are giving to Krishna, that will be finished. That day Gurudev told me, do you know? What is the relation between husband and wife according to our scriptures? I was speechless. This is Dasya Bhav. You understand Dasya Bhav? Servile mood. Servant and master. I said, how come? Wife means Shingaras. No. If husband says something, wife will follow it. She has to follow it. This is the real scriptural, Shastriya thing. You tell me. Lakshmi ji is massaging the feet of Narayan. She is wife? Yes. Any gopi ever massage the feet of Krishna? What to speak of Radharani? Did any? No. When Krishna is eating food, his wife, Rukmani, she is fanning to Krishna. Did ever gopi fan Krishna like this? Radharani? No. Krishna make a joke with Rukmani that I will make you married to any person in the world. Please tell me to whom you want to marry. And Rukmani, and she became fainted. But what happens in Braj? Radharani says, remove this person, black person from my territory. He should not come here. Nothing should remain black. I should not see any black. Take white cloth on your hair. Can any wife do it? Can any wife? Because she is mood of servitor. I am telling all you this happened in my life. In one day, my whole concept was totally upside down. Totally upside down. You know, Gurudev said, do you know, the relation of husband-wife is on very low ebb. And the relation of beloved is on very high ebb. This is a spiritual world, not material world, that will say adultery. No. Gopis are so much in love with Krishna that they sacrifice marriage to please Krishna. Because if they will marry, then their love will be not so strong, weak love, and they will not be able to please Krishna. And then he told me what is Parkiya Bhav, what is Swakiya Bhav. I tell you, Srila Gurudev was expert that to any person he will teach this thing in a moment like this. I was in ISKCON for so many years, but I did not know this thing. What is speak of ISKCON in any Gaudiya Math, also the people do not know these things. They are not clear about their Raganuga Bhakti, their Rupanuga Bhakti, what is Rupa Manjari, what is the mood of Manjari with Krishna. But Gurudev, by his conviction, by his status, and by his position, he says there is 3 qualities of Guru. Number 1, he should know the essence of all the scriptures. Number 2, he should be totally detached. And number 3, very, very important, he should have realization with the truth. Anubhav, experienced. So we are so fortunate we got an experienced person in our hand. Automatically, by chance? No, it is because of our previous life Sukriti. We got him. We are with him. He made us to understand, make us understand what is the beauty of the gopis. What is the beauty of Radharani's love for Krishna? They love him even getting married to someone else. And that way their love is so high. It is like dam. A river is flowing, you put an obstruction there, then by that river you can create many megawatt of electricity. Similarly, the flow of love is there. Prachan Kamukta, and there is obstruction that Radharani is married to in Javat. She cannot meet Krishna. So obstruction is there. Because of obstruction, the love becomes so high that it can create many megawatt electricity. This is the beauty. I was so much fascinated. I was so much attracted. And it was a revolution in my heart. And I was thinking, he is such an advanced devotee. And I live in ISKCON. And I give big classes there as a preacher. And what is my status? In front of him, I am such a gone person. I should get attached to him. He gives classes in Mathura and I give classes in Delhi. Instead of listening his classes, I give my own gossips. Not classes, gossips. And my heart started bleeding. What happened? After a few weeks, it was Kartik month was going on. It was Kartik month and appearance day of Radha Kund. The appearance day of Radha Kund is known as, what is known as, you can hear some? She is very intelligent girl. She knows so many verses also. Bahula Ashtami. Hoi Ashtami or Bahula Ashtami, 2 names are there. And when I was in ISKCON, there was a tradition to take bath in Radha Kund midnight. That was the birth time of Radha Kund. And lakhs of people, they get together around Radha Kund. The moment it is 12 and everyone takes dip. So I used to do the same since many years, since I was in ISKCON. So it was that Bahula Ashtami. I came from Delhi with 4 persons in my car, and I dropped them in the Vrindavan ISKCON, and I went to Mathura. It was midnight, it was night 9:30 p.m. And when I went there, Gurudev was going to sleep on his bed. And he saw me. Ramchandra Das, this time you are here? Maharaj, today is the birthday of Radha Kund. Okay, then, and we have to take bath in it. You don't go? No, I am asking him, don't you go? He said, no, we don't go. But you are going there. If you take bath, if you take dip, your desire will be fulfilled. Cherished desire will be fulfilled. What will you desire? I was in thought. What should I say? I said, I will desire that I should serve my Gurudev, that I should preach as much as possible, that I should make my whole family Krishna conscious, that to whomever I preach, he should become Krishna conscious. Then Gurudev says, just one dip and so many desires. Only one dip and so many desires. I said, okay, what should I do? He says, there was a person, young boy in a village. His parents were blind. He was very poor. But he fell in love with the richest girl of the village, daughter of Jamidar. In India, in village, Jamidar is said to be the richest person. Now he was in trouble. Parents blind, himself poor, and love with rich girl. He can't bring her in his house. What to do? Someone says, you pray to Lord Shiva, he gets happy very soon. He did it. And Shiva came to him. Shiva says, okay. Lord Shiva says, ask one boon. One boon. This boy says, one boon will not do. My parents are blind. If I ask boon that they should get eyes, then I won't get married. Because still I am poor. If I ask for the money, still, if I bring that girl at my home, she will have to serve my blind parents. No, Maharaj, not one boon. I need at least 3. At least 3. Whatever worship you have done, you are eligible for one only. He said, okay, give me 3 days. I will ask after 3 days. He said, okay, that I will give you. And then that boy, very intelligent, he ran towards Vrindavan. Might have gone to some Gaudiya Math and Acharya of Gaudiya Math. Gurudev is saying to me, and he said, Lord Shiva is ready to give me boon. What should I ask? This is my problem. And that Acharya slapped me. Nonsense. Shiva is giving you boon and you are asking for this material world. Maharaj, I will do whatever you say. I will become your disciple. But please, this time you let me come out of this problem. Then he whispered something in his ear. He became very happy. And he came to Lord Shiva and said, I want that my parents should see in a big palace his grandchildren eating in the plate of gold. One boon, all the 3 things in it. Then Gurudev says, we don't know what to ask for. We don't know what to say in prayer. I said, yes, Gurudev, please tell me, what should I do? What should I pray? One prayer only, and all the boons will be included in it. He said, only pray one thing. And I have said, I have given this instance to many devotees everywhere. He said, I should get association of a pure Rasik Vaishnava. Only one desire. I should get association of a pure Rasik Vaishnava. I said, okay. Then I went to Radhakund. I took dip and I said, please give me association of pure Rasik Vaishnava. When I did this thing, only after 1 week, and I was praying like this. When I was paying my obeisances in the temple, I will say, oh Lord, please give me association of a pure Rasik Vaishnava. After 1 week, there was a phone call and Mr. Buddhi Raja from Delhi, they said, Ramchandra Das, we are going Vrindavan. Will you come with us? We have 1 seat. I say, I will come. You know, it is very good opportunity to go to Vrindavan and without any cost. So I went. His son Vishnu, he is in Houston nowadays. He was driving the car and I was sitting beside him. Just when we crossed Chhata and near we Chhattigara, that time an eagle, it flew, it was eating something, dead body, and flew and struck against our windscreen. And car was in full speed, maybe 90, 100 like this. And that whole windscreen was broken into pieces. And eagle, where did it went? We don't know. We were very much disturbed. Anyway, we removed all those glasses and all, and Vishnu was not able to drive. I drove the car. We went to Vrindavan. We took room in ISKCON, and after taking room, we went all over Vrindavan to get the car repaired. But there was no any single mistri to repair this windscreen. That was the state of Vrindavan at that time. Everyone said, you have to go to Mathura, you have to go to Mathura. Then me, Vishnu, probably his sister also, we went to Mathura. And in Mathura, within 15 minutes they changed the glass. And then I said to Vishnu, we will not go to Vrindavan directly. I want to take you somewhere. And he whispered in my ear, you want to take me to Narayan Maharaj? Yes. We went there, I parked my car, and we just climbed the temple. The moment we reached there, and we saw Guru Maharaj was coming with Madhav Maharaj downstairs. We just were amne samne, what do you say? In front of each other. Maharaj, where are you going? Maharaj says, we are going to Vrindavan. Maharaj, we are also going to Vrindavan. How will you go to Vrindavan? We will take some this auto and all. Maharaj, we have car, come with us. Okay. So Gurudev sat with us in the car, and we had a time to go with him all the way from Mathura to Vrindavan. And in the Vrindavan, he stayed, I think, probably in Pujpa Tamal Krishna Maharaj's house. It was there. He stayed there. It was Tamal Krishna Maharaj's house, or it was someone else Maharaj, maybe. No, not Giriraj. Satsarudras Maharaj. Probably it was the house of Satsarudras or Tamal Krishna. Anyway, we made Gurudev stay there. Then Vishnu's parents say, we want to see Maharaj. Then we took Vishnu's parents again to Maharaj. And when they saw Gurudev, they were totally, what to say, they melted. Their heart melt like anything. And they invited Gurudev, you come to our house in Delhi. Gurudev says, okay, I will come. My prayers are going. I should get association of a pure Rasik devotee. My prayer is going on and happenings are also taking place. Within 5 or 6 days, Gurudev's message came to Buddhi Raja, I want to go Jagannath Puri, so I want to come to Delhi. Can I come to your house? And they said, yes, Maharaj, you come. Buddhi Raja's house and my house were very close. And I used to go on their scooter at that time. And Gurudev came in their house, and from morning 5 a.m. to night 9 p.m. I was throughout in their house for 3-4 days. Happening is taking place. So deep association of Gurudev. And each and every moment I was associating with Gurudev, only one thought is coming in my mind, what I am doing in ISKCON then. When so much high class of subjects being told by him, and I am just preaching there and just getting clapping for nothing. And do you know what happened? Within 1 or 2 months, there was a turmoil in ISKCON and ISKCON GBC. No one will go to Narayan Maharaj. And they banned Tamal Krishna Maharaj and everyone. They said to me also, this is the resolution of GBC. I said, I have my own natural association and natural affection and natural attachment with him. I cannot give up him. So my master, spiritual master in ISKCON, Pujapad Gopal Krishna Maharaj, I don't say you don't go, but I am showing the resolution only. I say, keep this resolution with you, but I cannot leave him. And then what happened? Within a month, my all lectures from ISKCON were taken away from me. You can say mic was taken away from me. I went to ISKCON temple and I was talking to someone. One devotee came and took him away. That no one will talk to Ramchandra Das. I said, if this is the way I have to live in ISKCON, why should not I go to Narayan Maharaj in Mathura? The same day I took decision and I made a pass of train from Delhi to Mathura. Pass is a very simple 400 rupees cost, that is called MST. I can go to Mathura by any train and come back to Delhi by any train, anytime. And then I started going to Mathura 3 or 4 times in a week by train. And that made me so close with him and away from ISKCON into the lap of Srila Gurudev. That way Gurudev accepted. Only by one statement. I should associate with Shuddha Rasik Vaishnava. This is the beauty of the teaching. This is the beauty of the result of the teaching which I had in my life. And I wanted to share this thing, though it is my life. But my life is full of so enthusiasm with regard to Gurudev. I became very close with him. Wherever he will go, I used to go with him. If he will go to Jagannath Puri, I will go to Jagannath Puri with him. My job was like this, that I could take leaves anytime. If he will go to Rishikesh, I will go Rishikesh with him. And these are way he used to follow. But in 1996, when he got visas to go abroad, that was very much shocking to me. It's very much shocking to me. I wrote many poems on this regard, that how the things were happening. Now Gurudev is going away. Where will I go now? Gurudev is going away. I remember in Rishikesh, just I am telling instance, they always say Ramchandra Das makes Gurudev laugh. I was in Gurudev's room just about 2 or 3 p.m. That was the time no one was allowed to go into Gurudev's room. Because electricity was away and I wanted to do some arrangement of, what you call it, generator. So I was trying to do some generator arrangement for Gurudev's room. Gurudev came, why have you come here? I said, Gurudev, I am not talking to you. Why are you talking to me? I am here for some different task. Gurudev says, see, you don't talk, but your nose talk. You don't talk, but your eyes talk. Your lips talk. So you are dangerous. So we used to have such a funny moment with each other. So in Rishikesh, Gurudev was very busy in writing. And I was also there. Madhav Maharaj and so many devotees. After writing, Gurudev was taking rest and he called Ramchandra Das. I came there. Tell some joke to me. Maharaj, joke? Yes, you tell some joke to me. I was really very much disturbed. What joke I can tell him? I spoke very ordinary type of joke. Whatever I recollected, I spoke. But I am telling how does he inspire. I said there was an atheist person. That atheist person was always criticizing God. He says there is no God. If there is God, he is foolish. Then he said, see, such a big tree of mango. Tree is so big and fruit is so small. See, there is not a big tree, a small creeper, but there is watermelon, so big watermelon. Now see, there is a flower with fragrance, so nice fragrance, but it has no value. And gold, which is so valuable, it does not have any fragrance. What is the God mind? He is useless. Either he is not there. Then he slept under the tree, mango tree. One mango dropped on his nose. I am telling the joke. One mango dropped on his nose. Then he was very much hurt. He got up. Then his disciple says, Gurudev, it is nice, it was not melon. It was only mango. He says, oh, when I said this thing, Gurudev laughed like anything. And I did not know that my joke is so good or Gurudev is making me inspired so much. And then said, what about flower? I said, he became theist now. He says, no, God is good. If gold will have fragrance, then thief will find it and steal it. So gold does not have fragrance. Anyway, I am telling that these are the instances which took place so many times in my life. And Gurudev explained many things. In my life, because of coming in Krishna consciousness, especially going to ISKCON, my wife left me. But when I came to Gurudev, I made him see Gurudev. And she became so dedicated to Gurudev, she became Gurudev's disciple. And that way Gurudev again brought us together. My point is that Gurudev never let any family break. He always tried to make the things more and more conducive. There are many instances and many poems also I wrote, but so far it is enough time. I just wanted to take your time. I am giving the longest lecture, but my experience with Srila Gurudev. When Srila Gurudev was in Mathura, he was not going outside. We used to go to Mathura for Vyas Puja, for Janmashtami, for Radha Ashtami, and that way the Gurudev used to celebrate those functions. A small, very small temple, but thousands of people coming, taking prasadam. It was very difficult even to stand, but we all were so much enthused, so much happy. Delhi wale, devotees from Delhi. So Gurudev started first acquiring Delhi, and all those devotees, all those persons who were attached with me in ISKCON, they came to Gurudev. They became his disciple. And then in 1996, because of ISKCON step, no one will go to Gurudev. So Brajanath Prabhu, he made visas of Gurudev, and Gurudev started going to all over the world. This was Krishna's planning, all for you people. And Gurudev came to you, touchstone came to you, and you all got converted. Can anyone imagine? There is a person living in Australia, living in Europe, living in USA, not taking onion garlic, so much vegetarian, so much pure, chanting Hare Krishna. Impossible. Similarly, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he did the same thing, and Gurudev was his extension. He watered all his devotees, those who gave up. Prabhuji was saying, he was saying that so many sannyasis who were left, they came, and Gurudev again came to sannyas. Gurudev gave to them sannyas, Prabhupada's sannyasis. And from tea, I remember the 3 teas I asked from Gurudev. When I requested him, I said, Gurudev, give me capacity, because in 1996 he went abroad for preaching, and then in 1998 he made me to go abroad to preach. So then when I was going there, and I wrote him an email that give me opportunity, capacity, and then opportunity. If Murwillumbah does not give me opportunity, how can I speak? And facility also. Murwillumbah is giving me a room also to stay. So 3 T are required for preaching: facility, capacity, and opportunity. And Gurudev is giving it to me. Gurudev is giving it to all the preachers. We are trying for it. God Premanande. पहले गुरु पूजा and then आरती. Yes. Give me.